Hey, it's Debbie Dairy Bear here, the voice of Zatch Bell, introducing you to the Anime Egotists channel. Glad you could be here. Zatch Bell is glad you could be here. Enjoy!
And welcome back to the Anime Egotists, where my co-host looks very different. He doesn't. These people don't look like. This person doesn't look like Richard.
I was gonna say, I think I put on a few more pounds than Richard has, and well, yeah.
I don't know about that, dog. pretty sure Richard, you know.
But anyways, my name's Alex, and if you don't re-rack your weights at the gym, I mean, I won't say anything. I'll probably just throw them at you and be like, hey, but you forgot these.
That's fair. That's valid. People that don't re-rack their weights are almost as bad as the people that don't wipe down their equipment after they get done using it.
I'm so glad you said wipe and then equipment. I'm just like, what type of people are you hanging out with? Never mind. But yeah, Richard's not here today. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he fell down a well again. But I am here with the very familiar face. The man, the wrestler, the streamer, the slightly above disappointing in Toonz and Goons.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I actually, as you might see, it is now just Toonz, and really quick is because I found out what a goon was in modern society and modern time. I don't want that associated with my name and my brand. It's not it.
Jay, sorry, Toonz, I love you, bud, but come on, like,
how did you not know?
Why did you not know sooner?
Because I don't follow trends, okay? I'm a guy on social media, but I don't follow the trend.
Okay.
I just so happened to see it one time, and I was like, that's a thing? So I went down a Urban Dictionary rabbit hole. I learned way more than I should have, and now I am a little bit sad that was ever a part of my name.
Shockingly, Urban Dictionary is not sponsored by us.
It should be.
It must have been now disappointing to now think of, hey, come on, guys, let's get ready for another Toonz and Goons session.
But unfortunately, it's not just there. Here, we are joined by... No, I can do better than that. We are joined by a man who has his own podcast, who has his own livelihood, I suppose. A man who interviews all sorts of artists, whether they really want to be on the show or not. Mr. Nathan from the Postmodern Art Podcast.
As Alex was gracious enough to introduce me as, I am Nathan Ragland, aka Post, host of the Postmodern Art Podcast. I wiped down the entire gym, so there you go.
Goodness. But as much as I'd like to say we're here to talk about anime, sadly, these guys aren't usually the people I talk about it with, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. Hey, yes. I promise more anime content is coming soon. If you don't want to watch this one, just move on to another one, but I promise it's coming. But we're also, in case you've watched some of our episodes, we're very big wrestling fans. And one of our favorite events, the Royal Rumble's coming up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh, hell no, we're not doing this.
3,
Oh
2,
God, please stop.
1. It's Royal Rumble time, baby!
Dang, why didn't I just mute him? I could have done that.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, but when it comes to the Rumble, everybody talks about, oh, this person's my favorite to win. Oh, I want to see John Cena win and get the 17th world title reign. I want to see Sami Zayn win so he can finally win the world title. Oh, I want to see Austin Theory win because, well, I'm sure somebody out there wants it to happen.
It's probably Austin Theory.
Yeah. But for every amazing Royal Rumble with these awesome entrants where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he's jumping ship, or I can't believe she's returned from her injury, there are Rumble participants that kind of just make us go, oh, I got excited for that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, whenever you do an event over 30 years long, you're bound to have one or two that just kind of you look at and you're like, we could have done so much better. We could have done a lot better.
But that's not our job. Our job is not to make things better. Our job is to make things worse. That's right. Yep. We are booking the worst Royal Rumble of all time. please send your therapy bills to Nathan because you're gonna need it.
I can't afford it.
Just so let us know if you're into this type of thing, but let's begin.
Absolutely. I mentioned this before we started recording. I already have my first two. Now, full disclosure, my list only includes like two wrestlers. But my number one entry for this one would be the swashbuckling wrestler himself, Paul Burchill.
Oh, okay.
Followed thereafter by my number two to enter this Royal Rumble, Chuck Palumbo. But specifically, the Chuck Palumbo from the Billy and Chuck era.
Okay.
I want, only because that theme song was so like, it was so heat, and people are just now coming back to realize just how like heat that theme song was. I would love to hear it.
Is it sad to say that I would actually want to see this, like just for how bad it could potentially be? Because here's the thing, like we all know that swashbuckling Paul Burchill was just a bad Pirates of the Caribbean's ripoff, but that was also like the fun of it, especially with how he embraced the character.
Absolutely.
And then Chuck Palumbo. I mean, it you know. That explains itself more or less, but like to have those two start off a Royal Rumble match, I mean, I can see them in the middle of a match, but I can't see them starting out the match.
Exactly. And see, I almost said biker Chuck Palumbo, but I was like, no, I actually liked that version of Chuck Palumbo. I like that version a lot. I feel like he should have been Intercontinental Champion.
I like the version of Paul Burchill, but okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I enjoyed Paul Burchill.
I did too. I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm saying like those two to start the match, bro.
Okay.
I'm just saying Pirate Paul.
90 seconds of absolute nothing.
I'm just saying Pirate Paul is way better than Incest Paul, because that, like, let's not act like Pirate Paul was the worst incarnation of his character.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that one up. I didn't.
So I was gonna have us like go in order and be like, oh, this is the Royal Rumble. Who's gonna come out number one and then number two? Which is weird because they act like number two and number one aren't the exact same thing. But what do I know?
Right.
So Nathan, who's starting off this Royal Rumble?
Okay, so first off, let me start by saying that for the most part, my Royal Rumble match does not have bad wrestlers. For the most part. Because here's the thing. When you watch a Royal Rumble match, what is the main purpose of a Royal Rumble match? It's supposed to do at least 2 to 3 things, all right? It's supposed to potentially get a new star sent into the stratosphere. You know, the Royal Rumble winner wins and they can be challenging for the main event. It's to set up storylines for what could potentially be your best WrestleMania so far. And it's to give people an idea of, like, you know, it's to give people a lot of fun seeing a lot of wrestlers going up against each other. So with this in mind, my number one is going to be CM Punk. Oh. That instantly comes out, everyone's immediately hyped because obviously it's CM Punk coming out at number one.
Yeah, you'll be hyped, but you'll be hyped for it.
There's a lot of people that would be hyped for it. Me personally, like, you know, how much of a pop CM Punk has gotten ever since he's gotten back into wrestling. Like, sure. You know that crowd's gonna be hot the instant they hear, "Look at my..."
Hey, copyright, buddy.
But that's number one. You get the excitement or whatnot. Can I go ahead and say my number two as well?
I did. Oh gosh, this is going so much differently than I imagined. And I think it would be one name, then one person, then one name, except back to back.
Oh no, like we could do that for every subsequent one, but like you said, like the first two ones, like they're the ones that are technically starting out this match.
Sure, fine, sure, okay.
So the crowd, it's excited. They say CM Punk, and they're wondering, all right, who are they gonna come out to go up against? You know, CM Punk, because there's so many different possibilities. Are you gonna bring out a Drew McIntyre? Are you gonna bring out a Seth Rollins? Are you gonna bring out Roman Reigns? Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money. Shane McMahon comes out doing his little shuffle, making his way to the ring, and CM Punk is already laughing his ass off. Are you kidding me? This is number two?
The worst part is I have a follow-up to that.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah. So they have their match. Obviously, Shane McMahon is destroying CM Punk, but hasn't eliminated him yet. But we get one of Shane McMahon's biggest rivals. I don't have music for this, but he comes out. He's a little on the older side. He has a certain type of thing going on with his face. No, a baked potato face. The Mrs. Dad.
I knew you were gonna say as soon as you said his biggest rival.
You know what? I should have considered that, but that's not how my Rumble's gonna go. I should have considered that.
Yeah, but I have to burn one of those. But if we were each making a Rumble all together, I guess the first entrant I have is who's gonna be first? Repo Man.
Oh, I would love Repo Man.
Wait. Simon Miller is gonna love that choice, though. What are you talking about?
We'll get back to that. But who's next in our Rumble? At this point, we're just throwing out names at this point because you guys completely misread what I was talking about.
Oh, are we all together coming to make one?
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
Oh my God. Okay, my bad.
I hate Richard, but I miss him at this. I hate Richard, but I miss him at this point.
Hey, that's why I got 10. That's why I got like 10 names. I was just waiting.
I got 31.
Okay, so let's comp. So CM Punk and Chuck Palumbo, I guess.
Okay, interesting way to start it off.
And then
I would say, but
then
also,
we can do Shane. Then we can do Shane and Mrs. Dad because Mrs. Dad.
Mrs. Dad has to be in this.
Mrs. Dad definitely has to be in this.
Not even the Miz. The Mrs. Dad has to be in it.
Well, that's so. Toonz of the non-goon variety. Who's next?
Okay, my next one is notoriously known for taking out wrestlers. John Wilkes Booth.
Save that one for last. That should have been
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. We need to set him up immediate. This man is going to be the one that is going to run the gauntlet. This man is going to be the one that's going to stay in.
This is your Iron Man?
Yes. John Wilkes Booth is my Iron Man.
See, I'm not going to lie. In my initial Royal Rumble, the one that I had planned, that was the full 30 or whatnot. I had Shane McMahon being the Iron Man in this situation because I was going to have him immediately eliminate CM Punk because CM Punk is not taking him seriously. But John Wilkes Booth is a much better option.
John Wilkes Booth. He is notoriously known for having taken out a notorious wrestler. Did he not?
I hate how right you are.
So I feel like, granted, I feel like he might go in it with the wrong type of mindset, but I feel like he could do it. I feel like, especially with the list as is right now, he's gonna be the one. Gonna be my Iron Man, coming in from what, number 5, all the way to the end.
Number 5. Okay. Before we continue this list, can we run down the exact list of what we got so far or whatnot to make sure that we actually got the list right, so we're not overlapping and doing some stepping on each other's toes too much. Alex, are you okay?
No, he's not. He's absolutely he's that is the face of a man that is regretting his decisions.
I should have just dropped out of high school like everybody said.
Don't say that. If you had dropped out of high school, you wouldn't have your usual co-host, and that would have been a lot better for this list.
I'm not sure Richard's a better option for this. There's only so many fairy tale characters I want in the Royal Rumble. 0.
John Wilkes Booth is not a fairy tale character.
I'm sure but he was probably in Soul Eater, so it's cool.
Jesus.
CM Punk, Chuck Palumbo, Shane McMahon, Mrs. Dad, John Wilkes Booth.
Okay. That's our top 5 right now. That's who's starting off this match. In that case, mine
When
feels.
when I said wrestler adjacent, I was kind of thinking I was kind of thinking Michael Cole or something, or maybe or Fluffy, but yeah, John. Yeah,
Well,
who's your next? Who's your next one? I can't believe I'm saying this, but Nathan, you're my only hope right now.
I am sorry for what I'm about to say because I'm gonna be disappointing you like so much already. My next pick after my first two or whatnot, which by the way, by the time we get to number 5, CM Punk has been eliminated by Shane McMahon. That has happened. He is already out of this Royal Rumble match.
That's fine with me.
But my next pick is Logan Paul. He's coming in this match. He's bringing some much needed youth and some much needed energy into this match.
Okay, I'm okay with it on one condition.
What is that condition?
Logan Paul arrives to the arena in one of his fancy cars because he's a trash person. Listen, he eliminates Repo Man. Repo Man goes backstage, steals the car. Logan Paul's distracted and then gets eliminated.
Yeah, you know what? I agree to that. That is perfect. That is what we need for this thing. But also, I want to emphasize that this is Logan Paul as a face. Like, he is being booked as a face, which is the worst iteration of Logan Paul for this match.
We should have got drunk for this.
Too late, but no, I'm joking. This is ginger ale.
But yeah. You want to know my next one?
What's your next one, Alex?
We need to look. He's struggled a bit. Some people have turned against him, but he is main event. Ooh, so. Oh, sorry. No, I misread that. Russo.
Oh.
Main event Vince Russo is now in your city.
Bro.
He does that, but nobody in the crowd's doing it. They're all just.
I hate it. So, Vince Russo.
I'd rather have Vince Russo win the Royal Rumble than Logan Paul, and I say that somewhat, not even that much ironically.
I mean,
but he's wearing the same stuff from WCW, so he has the jersey and the helmet when he won the title on that. I still don't know what they were doing there.
I don't think they even knew what they were doing there.
Yeah, but Vince Russo comes out, he does the Jey Uso stuff, the whole crowd is just sitting on their hands and realizing, this Rumble kind of sucks so far.
And then comes up the next entrant, which Toonz, I'm sure you have a very surprising entrant that I think the people are going to love and absolutely go out of their seats for.
I'll get out of my seat, all right.
Oh, no.
I'll get out of my seat, all right.
Oh, you set me up so horribly. You don't even understand. Because everybody's going to be up out of their seat except for this next entrant, because I'm choosing Jimmy from Degrassi.
Fucking motherfucking Drake.
No, Jimmy from Degrassi, specifically. Not Drake the rapper, Jimmy from Degrassi.
Can he even get in the ring? It's not.
They gonna get him in the ring somehow.
How is he wrestling adjacent, dare I ask?
I meant wrestling adjacent like Maria Menounos or something like that, but
I thank you for muting him.
like Maria Menounos, Sherry Shepherd when she went on that date with MVP in that weird episode, like 4-week episodes of SmackDown. Hell, the child version of Dominic Mysterio. I don't know.
How dare you, sir?
Does it again? Alex, how immediately are you regretting this, and how surprising is it that I'm not the one being the most like horrible?
You said you wanted the worst.
I'm
Royal
almost
Rumble.
I'm almost proud of you, Nathan. I'm almost proud of you.
You said you wanted the worst Royal Rumble, so I pulled in some of the worst people that I could think of that would make this Royal Rumble horrible.
Is he wrestling adjacent?
I mean, he wrestles with his demons.
Mute him again, Alex.
Nathan, who's your next one?
That's crazy. That's mean.
Well, we're already starting off really strong with this, and I was gonna save this guy for a lot later, honestly. Um, but one of the beautiful things about Royal Rumble matches, some of the surprise.
What number are we even on?
I think we're on 8.
I think
Chuck Palumbo, CM Punk, Shane McMahon, Miz's Dad, John Wilkes, Logan Paul, Vince Russo, Jimmy, Trim McGrath.
Oh, you're right.
Repo
Oh,
Man,
you're writing this down.
and don't forget Repo Man's somewhere in there.
Okay, so Repo Man, I'll just put him as like number
He just
4.
he just came out. He's not actually in the Rumble. He just sort of stumbled out looking for someone's call.
Okay, so I'll have him as not an entrant. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one will be officially the 9th official entrant into the Royal.
Okay, so for the 9th entrant, again, one of the beautiful things about Rumble match is some of the amazing surprises you can get. Like you one of the it's always one of the most exciting times when you're wondering who's going to potentially come back after being away for so long. All right, and especially for someone that has been away from WWE, but has still found a way to remain relevant when it comes to the wrestling world in general. I cannot think of a better way for someone that is, in my opinion, kind of, one of the roots of wrestling, or at least one of the trunks of wrestling.
You son of a bitch.
I'm talking about the person behind the learning tree.
Damn,
Current day Chris Jericho coming out there, bright yellow jacket. Hey guys!
The worst part is I had him on my list and I had a different setup, but yeah. Huh. I had him coming out with the live mic.
I mean, he still has the live mic. Again, he's coming out, hey guys!
But he's still wrestling as he's talking.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, I'm down. That makes perfect sense.
It's just and I'm available whenever you want. I need an appointment for January 6th. Yeah, I'm going to be busy that day.
So who's coming out in the official number 10 spot, Alex?
Number 10, 7 from WCW.
No!
Just completely ruins the joke.
Tragic.
Also comes out with a live mic. Now I know you guys are thinking this is a horrible idea, and I agree with you.
He goes over the top rope, he just leaves, but he's still rambling to himself. Yes, I could have said number 10, like a certain somebody, but I wanted to disappoint people. We could have had 7 come out at 7, but we're having him come in at 10. Ty Dillinger doesn't come out at 10, just ruins the joke for everybody.
Tragic.
Absolutely tragic.
My list doesn't get better.
But yet y'all were dunking on my 3 picks. Come on.
Yes.
I'm only dumping on the Jimmy pick because it's not wrestling adjacent like we had agreed upon.
He wrestled with his demons.
What's your next pick, dare I ask?
My next pick is actually somebody that is wrestling adjacent. He has cemented himself in the annals of history in professional wrestling, specifically the WWE, for being one of the best reactionary people in the world. And I mean the guy who had the shocked face when The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania.
I'm okay with that.
I'm perfectly okay with this. Say his name, people.
Joe Hendry.
Not him.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh, I thought you were... Okay, I'm not gonna lie, you said that. I initially thought you were talking about Paul Heyman, having him in the match itself. But no, you're talking about specifically the guy in the crowd that everyone knows.
The guy in the crowd that everybody would... He was the guy that was like...
I don't know where he was sitting, but I had that same reaction because everybody in the arena was upset that long. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get some food. Ooh, hey, how you doing? People were like, what's the point?
I feel like he'd be fun in the match, though. That's my thing.
Sucked the air out of the arena. I have heard from multiple people who were there that moment just sucked all the air out of the arena.
Nobody was happy for the rest of the night. I was getting food, and I was just like, hey, I was getting food in the arena, and people just looked at me, and people were just like, "Ugh." I thought somebody had died.
I mean, in a way, someone did.
Nathan, who's your next one?
All right, I'm gonna take us a little bit back down to earth for a little bit and
Oh
actually get
no.
like actually get like no, I think you would appreciate this pick actually, in a way, but it also comes with a little bit of a caveat. All right, because again, when it comes to Royal Rumble, it's about like the different shenanigans, how different groups and wrestlers are gonna be interacting with each other. So for my next pick, I'm bringing in modern day Finn Balor. I feel like Finn Balor could come in and have a good showing, gets into the ring, immediately gets eliminated by Shane McMahon. Just showcasing what modern day Finn Balor is all about.
Well,
Coming in and losing.
To be fair, that does kind of work with Finn Balor right now.
Yeah.
But maybe he should take his own advice. When you listen to Finn, we all win.
Yeah, everyone else is winning.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, Liv Morgan didn't listen to Finn, so she didn't win. So maybe that wrecked Finn Balor's confidence. Maybe Liv Morgan's the problem.
Maybe Liv Morgan is the problem.
I'm just saying, none of this would have happened if Carlito was leader of Judgment Day.
Ironically enough, in my original list, like the 30-man Royal Rumble, because I thought we were each doing our own Rumbles or whatnot, I did have Carlito coming out at 16.
Oh, Jesus. So can I do my next one? Who actually is a legitimate wrestler?
Yes, please do.
Zack Ryder,
Okay.
not Matt Cardona. Zack Ryder. But during that weird period where he stopped spiking his hair and he had that comb over bowl cut thing on his head. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
Oh gosh.
And then flash it up right here for the people at home.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, I'm not. I've already committed. I've already committed at this point. He had that weird looking bowl comb over thing on his head, and he wasn't spiking his hair anymore. It wasn't a good look for him, honestly. But yeah, Zack Ryder comes out to his old music, and people are like, wait, I thought Matt Cardona was coming back. They're just like, no.
Whoa,
Nah.
whoa, you know it.
That hair. That hair.
There you go. Yep,
this hair specifically. It was so terrible. My cat started scrambling.
Honestly, I can't say much because we've all had our eras where we would not like to look back and be like,
I saw your picture. I saw the picture you took on the when we first got into college. The hair you had, the very very short hair you had then. I was like, oh, that's Jay, huh? That's different.
Look, man.
And I've also seen that it's not nearly as bad as Mullet Nathan, but that's okay.
It was not a mullet, I swear to God.
Might as well have been. I know exactly what he's talking about.
What number entrant are we at right now?
Number 14.
We're at 14. All right. Toonz, I hate to say this, but you're up.
All right. This is another one that has legitimately been in professional wrestling and is wrestling adjacent. Do you guys remember back when Kenny Omega was on that I'm so great I could wrestle anything shtick?
Yes. I think I know where you're going to.
I want the doll that he wrestled.
Yes. Yes.
The doll that he wrestled is going to be the next entrant into the Royal Rumble.
Can we please have that doll win? I want that doll to win now. I want them to go to WrestleMania and challenge whoever the champion is immediately.
The doll eliminates Mrs. Dad.
Oh no! Oh, he's heel?
Yes.
Oh no!
Well, then I think it would make sense, obviously, if the doll comes out and eliminates the Mrs. Dad, because I think for my next pick, I have to go with the obvious choice here, going for that instant revenge. We have to have the Miz in the match. The Miz has to come in and tries to throw the doll over, but yet somehow gets lost in the crossfire somehow against, I don't know, freaking John Wilkes Booth, who does a Claymore kick to Miz's head and eliminates him.
John Wilkes Booth continuing to be the Iron Man, baby.
Is John Wilkes Booth joining Bullet Club next?
I mean,
But speaking of Bullet Club, I do think
a straight shooter.
it.
I hate to hear his promo skills.
Speaking of New Japan, though, I think we need some representation from Japan.
Okay.
From Japan, and
Okay.
one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Okada.
Okay.
I'm assuming modern day Okada.
No, no. In fact, he went by a different name, even though he was still part of New Japan.
Oh, I know
He
what
went
you're
by
going
a
to
different
reference.
character, Okato, when he was doing the Green Hornet stuff in TNA.
Yep.
Problem?
Hmm.
Problem?
No. None at all.
Yeah, he comes out in the mat. He's wearing the full gear. He's not even wearing wrestling gear. He's wearing the full gear he had when Samoa Joe and him were hanging out. And remember the gimmick that caused TNA, that caused New Japan to say, "You know what, TNA, we're done for now." He comes out, walks out, does his usual. He wrestles like Okada, but it's so tight that his gear starts to split. He hops over the top rope, flips everybody off, and leaves.
You know, seeing how WWE nowadays does their corporate branding or whatnot, I wouldn't be surprised if this is somehow like some sort of way to incorporate, like, hey, they're making a new Green Hornet film or something like that.
Well, the last one was pretty bad, so I'll take another one. Yeah, to all the people who were saying, "Oh, don't," as long as they don't put Okada and Chase U, just remember it could have been worse. It could have been
It
worse.
could have
than
been
that.
worse.
Plus, let's not act like Chase U is a bad thing.
That's very true.
Who's next?
Me.
Yep, unfortunately.
For number 17. And I'm going to keep this inanimate object train going because recently, I believe it was within the past year, 2 years, Pro Wrestling Revolver had a very special match that saw a man take on a piece of equipment. What was that equipment? It was equipment that you would only ever see in camping. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Entrant number 17 is the Pro Wrestling Tent.
What?
I will send you the video. The man literally, in fact, I'm gonna drop it in our group. The man literally wrestled a tent.
I'm not even doing the whole, "Oh, I don't know what that is. That's stupid." I'm legitimately confused by that. I don't know what that is.
Oh my god, I'm gonna send it to you so that way you can see it and you can know how stupid, but how much I still love it. This man
So it's just like a tent that people just.
No, a guy had a match with a tent. He legitimately had a wrestling match with a tent. And so the tent is going to be
Okay.
the next century.
It's wrestling adjacent, so I can't even wag my fist or just get upset. I'm just like, I guess that's okay. I guess that's okay. Hey, I'm just very curious because I've never had a meeting where people were pitching tents, but okay.
Ah!
Nathan, what's your next one?
Let's see. What horrible person should I go with for this next one? Because I've already introduced a good group of people. You know what? I'll go with this one. You know, once again, when it comes to the Royal Rumble, one of the things we also love to see is people coming out of retirement. You know, we love seeing people like just getting that one more moment, one more match, one more, you know, potential opportunity to get to that WrestleMania. And I think we should go with someone that I think unfairly retired, thanks to the people on the internet. Feed me more. Get us right back in this match, all
But
right?
CM Punk's already been eliminated, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's why it's so frustrating.
He lasts 1 second longer than CM Punk.
He does, yes. Also getting eliminated by Shane McMahon for some reason.
But then he gets up, sits at the commentary table, and starts eating chips.
Yes, there you go.
Still better than what's his name from Degrassi.
The Drake from Degrassi.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, can I do my next one?
Yes, please do.
I'm sad. I'm sad because I have two who would work really, really well together if they came out. But I'm gonna go with a different one. And when you find someone attractive, you usually describe them a certain way. You usually think they're hot, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I want somebody I want somebody who people think is hot. But I also want someone who people think is spicy and people who thinks tastes great. I'm going with Curry Man.
Curry Man!
Ooh.
He-
I fuck with it.
he's dancing the whole time. He's dancing the whole time, and right behind him, Christopher Daniels wants to come out, and he's like, "No, I'm not. No, get Curry. No, if Curry Man's here, I'm not performing," and he leaves.
Number 19, Curry Man. I love it.
We're running through this list, man.
Number 19.
We can do honorable mentions, I guess, at some point, but yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Sorry.
even wrestle though. He dances in the middle of the ring, but nobody bothers eliminating him. They just have to wrestle around him. It just looks like a clunky mess.
Like the rest of this Rumble didn't look like a clunky mess beforehand.
Yes, but this is when people turn on the TV like, oh, I could at least get some good wrestling, but oh no. The wrestlers are kind of more like, hey, just come on, just come at me. No, he's in the way.
We're running through this match faster than Curry runs through me. All right, so
I could go for some Curry right now, actually.
right.
That would be pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but Curry Man, and sadly, it also costs Christopher Daniels because he sees Curry Man and he walks away and he decides not to compete.
Oh.
So if Christopher Daniels isn't going in, then who's coming in at number 20, Toonz?
I have a very special one, and I have 3 special ones that these came from some of my favorite television shows. This one shared the name with an actual professional wrestler now, and by that person I mean Ricochet, but not current AEW wrestler Ricochet. I mean leading character from former Nickelodeon show Mucha Lucha, Ricochet.
I fuck with it.
Will be number 20 in this Royal Rumble.
Mucha
You know
Lucha was
what? I
on
think that-
Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was on Kids WB.
I'm pretty sure I saw some episodes on Nickelodeon.
Kids WB. That's what it says
yeah.
here.
I will say, Jay, given all things considered, I think that's been your best pick so far.
Wow.
One condition though. A mariachi band comes out and starts playing. They just start playing random mariachi music, and then right when Zero hits, they start playing the Mucha Lucha theme, and he comes out.
Mucha Lucha. Mucha Lucha. Mucha Lucha.
That is an oddly specific way to set up, but I'm down with it. I love that.
So far, he might be the best wrestler in this Rumble so far. I have to give him some special treatment.
Wait, time out. You're saying that over the best in the world?
Stop it.
Yeah, I'd say so. Wait, hold on. 1 second. Is Shane allowed to throw his punches?
Oh, of course.
Okay, second best wrestler. My bad. Shane's punches.
There you go. There you go.
As long as Shane doesn't do any leapfrogs, I think we'll be okay.
That's how he gets eliminated, by trying to do one of the leapfrogs.
Oh.
Who's next?
All right.
Host.
I think I have to go with, once again, another like legend when it comes to the wrestling industry for this.
You're
one,
editorializing,
right?
I've noticed.
Well, I had a vision going into this Rumble, all right?
See.
And like, we gotta bring in like a legend, like someone that has given so much to the industry, as well as someone that has made the Royal Rumble one of the most iconic, iconic matches that anyone could ever watch. Like, they'd sit down, much watch TV. I think we have to bring in the legend, the quite possibly one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Do 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 do. Woo! Give us modern day 75-year-old Ric Flair
Oh my God.
making his way to the ring.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Look, we all know Ric Flair, even though he's had his final match, he has said, that isn't the way I want my career to end. What better way than to make his way into the Royal Rumble match with that championship belt? It's a toy belt, no one tell him. But with that classic championship belt, making his way to the ring and wanting to leave a legacy, not just as one of the most iconic winners, but as also one of the few two-time winners of a Royal Rumble match.
Mute him. Mute him. Mute him. Mute him.
Did you say mute or shoot? I can do either one.
Look, John. I'll say John.
Choice.
I'll say, look, John Wilkes Boots is still in the match, so I think
Why
he'll
is he
take care of
still
this.
in the match?
Iron Man, baby.
But see, speaking of people who have done gun symbols in wrestling, I think we need someone who's coming, as his theme song would say. I'm bringing out Suicide.
Oh.
Suicide comes out. He gets thrown underneath the bottom rope. He goes under the ring to look for something. A different Suicide comes out, but he's like but he's like 300 pounds.
so is Omos dressed as Suicide.
Yeah. Yes, and then the same thing happens again, and a different Suicide comes out, and he's like El Torito. Oh, and then after somebody pulls him out, there's just 15 different Suicides running around, and we don't know who's who.
You know what? That would be funny. I really genuinely think that would be the best,
that would be the best spot in the match.
The best comedy spot for the night.
Oh, it gets so much worse. They all dogpile on top of the doll and the tent. But then there's an explosion and they all fly over the top rope. All the Suicides are officially eliminated.
Alex,
that's perfect.
I'll say, I don't know if we were going to do some sort of like a war thing or whatnot, but I think that is legitimately the best spot of the night if that was to happen.
We just have Suicides flying into the crowd.
Suicides flying everywhere.
I got this mask.
Oh God, I Dios mío.
What's wrong? You didn't like Suicide?
I'd hate that to be the person that to follow up that spot. So Toonz.
Oh please, listen. I went from one cartoon professional wrestler to another cartoon individual. We're keeping this train rolling. I am gonna pick Manny Rivera, aka El Tigre, to be the next entrant into this here Rumble.
Okay, you know what? You surprised me. I think that is your best pick so far.
Oh, trust me, they're probably gonna get worse from here, but I still got like two.
Alex, you have a look on your face.
I'm not hesitating because of the entrant. I'm hesitating because, being real, Alex, personal to me, I always thought that show was a little overrated.
What?
I can understand it. I can understand it. I love the show, but I can understand where you're coming from.
I'm not saying it's, this is the worst show ever. This is horrible. No one should like this. It was just for what it was good, or it had its moments, but I was never like, I have to get home because El Tigre's on. That's real me talking.
No, I wouldn't either, but at the same time, if I was flipping through channels and I see it's on, I'm gonna stop and watch it.
Says a lot about you.
Does it though? I feel like you've known me now long enough that shouldn't say a lot about me. Ha!
I mean, if you want to keep supporting it, I guess that's okay. But who's next?
All right, I was hesitant to bring out this pick, but I feel like this 24. Good. I want this late in the match because, a beautiful thing. I'm gonna get editorial here for a second here, but another beautiful thing is kind of the surprise entrances as well. I mean, granted, we've had a lot of surprises when it comes to this.
If WWE put out this show, I think everything would be a surprise at this point.
But I think this right here might be one of the biggest surprises, given the match we've seen so far, but also how far wrestling has come, just in general. I feel like there's a moment to where we need to have this wrestler come out, and everyone, as soon as he comes out, is going to say his name.
Lord have mercy.
Velveteen Dream. Why is it silent? Did my connection go bad? Why is that the? I told you this was gonna be like one of my worst picks. This is gonna be atrocious here.
I was thinking of leaving alleged criminals off the list, but okay.
We have John Wilkes Booth in this match. All right, that kind of went out the window.
Toons, I'd like to apologize for my LT Gray comments.
Look, I knew we had to have, like, again, we're here making the worst Royal Rumble. And what better way to emphasize that than by having this sack of scum come back to WWE, all right? Or I guess what worst way would it be than to have that sack of scum come back to WWE?
So, I kind of want to throw a good wrestler. Okay, I'm gonna break for once. I'm gonna break this up and make things a little bit easier to stomach because my next entrant is the returning John Morrison.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
He does his slow-mo entrance, and the rest of the Rumble is now slow-mo as he's getting even until he's eliminated. The Rumble is in slow motion.
Oh, God. Oh,
But
God.
he gets in the corner and he starts stomping on Zack Ryder. And then from the crowd, he can't take it anymore. Zack Ryder's dad comes in to save the day.
Yes.
And then he and John Morrison throw Zack Ryder over the top rope.
Is he actually in the Rumble though?
No. Because if you watch Z True Long Island Story, you would know that Zack Ryder's dad, his favorite wrestler, was John Morrison. We're continuing that story.
Okay.
It's going to be bowl cut, weird hair Zack Ryder versus John Morrison, and Zack Ryder's dad in John Morrison's corner.
Which is fair.
And the crowd just gets sad.
And the crowd goes mild.
And the crowd goes home.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But
But
John
not for our
Morrison,
next entrant that we have in the.
just a reminder, the Rumble's still in slow motion.
Oh God.
Oh jeez. Okay. We're at entrant number 26. Here's my pitch. Have either of you seen Steven Universe?
I've seen bits of it.
Okay. There is at least one episode that involves professional wrestling. In it, Steven Universe takes on a new persona by the name of Tiger Millionaire. And that is the 26th entrant, Tiger Millionaire. And what he does is he pays John Wilkes Booth to basically be his security guard and to be the guy that protects him to get him to the final of the Royal Rumble. What's with the face, Alex? What's with the face?
You know, guys, there are a lot of you who probably wonder where we've been for so long and just what's been going on. And just is everybody alive and okay? I think it's better if we just don't post and we just let the silence and the lack of content production just speak for itself.
That's crazy, dog. It's not even that bad. Tiger Millionaire. He's gonna use his money to win his way to the finals of the match.
I guess I'll just take Tiger Mask off my list.
He can still be in it.
No. I'm thinking of something a little more twisted.
Actually, would it be ironic, Toons, if my pick more or less played off of yours? Your most recent pick?
By all means.
So, I wanted to bring back a WWE superstar for this next pick, and one that legitimately was like a key part for one of the biggest feuds in WWE history. And especially one nowadays that has known a lot when it comes to money in general. I think it would be a disservice if we did not bring in the powerhouse hitter himself, Mike Tyson. Modern day Mike Tyson. Bringing him back into the ring.
Lord have mercy.
Coming through and honestly he needs to be like the giant spot, aka like he needs to be the one going through and getting rid of some of the people that have lingered just a little bit too long.
So far, everybody who hasn't been eliminated.
Exactly. Taking out Shane McMahon, taking out Velveteen Dream, thankfully, taking out like so many different picks here and there and whatnot. But by the time he gets to Tiger Millionaire presents that big bag for him as well. Because if you know, he did get, Mike Tyson did get, a good paycheck going up against Jake Paul, who I was planning on having in this match at some point. But but honestly, seeing that giant paycheck, Mike Tyson just takes it, goes over the top rope, takes his ass home.
That's tragic. That is tragic. We got 3 more picks, ladies and gentlemen.
Some of the people who edit stuff for me have been wondering, are you ever planning to just do more content on your own? I said no, because I like the community of just doing podcasts with people. Now, I don't know. I might be changing my tune.
In our defense, Alex, you did give us the prompt of let's book the worst Royal Rumble.
Thank you. I'm just saying.
No.
And I will say I am shocked with how this Royal Rumble has gone.
Personally, I think this is a somewhat coherent podcast, or somewhat coherent Royal Rumble. Like, yes, it would be weird and zany and very odd, but like, I definitely can think of worse Royal Rumbles that we've had.
All right, Mr. John Wilkes Booth.
What?
Mr. Jimmy from Degrassi.
He said the worst. I went for the worst, okay? And my reasoning is flawless, by the way. He does wrestle with his demons.
No.
Alex, what's your next pick?
No.
Pick number 28.
Wait, what?
It's number 28.
Wait, hold on. One, two, there's 30 entrants.
Yes.
Shouldn't I be going last?
The thing is, I think because me and Toonz both presented like 2 off the bat, thinking that it was gonna be our own independent like Royal Rumbles we're presenting or whatnot. The numbers were off. Don't worry, I was gonna give up my last pick so you can make the last pick.
Criminy. How modest of you.
I can do another one so that way 29 and 30. I have one more.
All right, my next pick is I'd like to think I try to be a pretty happy person, but sometimes I feel a little down, admittedly. So I want to experience happiness. Admittedly, I want to experience a little pep in my step. Kenny, Johnny, Mitch, Nikki, Mikey, we are the Spirit Squad. But the referee stopped them like, hey guys, no, I'm sorry, you can't do that. You can't do that. So they each get on each other's shoulders like a pyramid and they start wrestling like that.
Yes! This is what we live for!
They throw a drop kick, they kip up, they start eliminating people.
There you go, getting the people that Mike Tyson didn't get a chance to go to.
So what I'm hearing is the Spirit Squad as some kind of weird Gundam, basically.
Yes.
Oh my lord. That's.
I for one welcome our cheerleader overlords.
They ask for a bottle of water from the crowd, they get it, they drink it, then they throw it at Pat McAfee, who's on commentary.
Dang! Pat McAfee ain't did nothing. They have to do it.
Do some research. Yeah, and technically they're all one entrant. It's not 5 people. It's one entrant. Like that commercial they did when it's like, oh, who's going to win the Royal Rumble? Oh, I think it's going to be Ryback or the Shield. I'm like, honey, the Shield can't win the Royal Rumble. And then someone said, yeah, they can. They all just get on each other's shoulders. I'm like, and they have a giant trench coat too. I'm like, okay, sure, okay, why not?
They All gotta sit on each other's shoulders.
Who's next?
All right. I got one more.
Yep, number 29. Let's go.
Number 29.
Might as well do
We
40 at
have
this
not
point.
established any tag teams. So I am going to bring out the friend, the colleague, the best friend of Ricochet from Mucha Lucha. We're bringing out the Flea!
The Flea, yes.
The Flea is number 29. And he immediately gets eliminated because he spent way too much time talking trash about how the Flea was going to eliminate everybody else in the match.
This is the way the world ends. This is not the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with the Flea.
Exactly. See? You understand! You get the vision!
As long as he doesn't hit his finisher, because I do remember what his finisher was that one day in class.
He doesn't get a chance to. He spent so much time talking shit that he just gets eliminated immediately. He gets in the ring still talking shit, talking about how he's going to be the next champion, and then he's on the floor eliminated.
The Flea will eliminate everyone in this match.
Should we just do 40 at this point?
No, I think you need to end it with 30, Alex.
Put us out of our misery.
Who is the last entrant of the worst Royal Rumble?
I mean, I had a lot of names, but I'm gonna. There are a lot of things in wrestling that actually make me happy, and I'd like to think in the sense that it could be something cool, but I'm gonna go with a different type. I'm gonna go with a wrestler who's on his last legs, but hasn't really gotten the chance to really showcase. Because people I want someone from the future winning the Royal Rumble. I want a homegrown talent, and I want somebody new to the company. And technically, he is new to the company, but it's a wrestler. But it is played by a wrestler we know. John Cena as Peacemaker.
Oh, okay.
And he gets in, starts eliminating people, and then he sees the blow up the doll, and he decides that doll's looking good.
Oh, God damn it.
And then somebody eliminates the doll. Well, and it sends him on a rampage.
No, the doll was my winner. I had all my money on the doll.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Well, it was either that or he gets eliminated and then the doll goes on a rampage. Either one. I can live with either option.
I say I, for one, vote for the doll to win, but obviously that's out of my hands at this point.
Sure, fine. Fine. I will give you that one. I will let you have that one.
I was gonna say,
I mean, it was either that or John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth is not winning this Royal Rumble.
Okay. Well, in all seriousness, because we've gone through that entire lineup or whatnot, who at least is the final four?
No,
all right, who's gonna be the big four going?
Before that, read the names you have.
All right.
Read the names you have so far.
Okay. We got Chuck Palumbo, CM Punk, Shane McMahon, The Miz's dad, John Wilkes Booth, Logan Paul, Vince Russo, Jimmy from Degrassi, honorable entrant Repo Man because he steals Logan Paul's car while he's in the match, Learning Tree Chris Jericho, Seven from WCW, Shocked Face Guy when The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania, Modern Day Finn Balor, Zack Ryder, The Doll Kenny Omega wrestled that time, The Miz, Okato, Wrestling Tent, Ryback, Curryman, Ricochet from Mucha Lucha, Modern Day Ric Flair, Suicide, and then subsequently 14 other suicides because of the comedy spot.
I shouldn't be laughing at my own thing, but it makes me laugh.
That's a great spot. Like I said, that is the spot of the match.
Manny Rivera El Tigre, Velveteen Dream, John Morrison with special appearance from Zack Ryder Dad, Tiger Millionaire, Modern Day Mike Tyson, Spirit Squad as a kind of Gundam, The Flea from Mucha Lucha, and then John Cena, but specifically Peacemaker John Cena.
Okay, so who's the largest person in this match? Like weight wise, height wise, who's the largest person in this match?
Would
I
it
think
be
it was
good?
the Omos Suicide, wouldn't it? The
No, it's
Omos
somebody. You
Suicide?
said somebody else, and I'm completely blanking on their name.
Well, I was gonna say, wouldn't it be technically Gundam Suicide or
Well,
Spirit
yeah.
Squad? Gundam
Yeah,
Suicide.
It is, but I had a different idea. We had some super. We had a super heavyweight in there, or a larger person in there on this list.
Who?
Just a bigger person. You just read the list. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the only guy that I remember saying when with the Suicide Squad or the wow I
literally
mean,
the Suicide Squad.
No, no.
Basically.
Of all the official entrants, there was a bigger person. I had a spot for them.
Would it be Mrs. Dad?
Ryback.
Ryback?
I think Ryback was like the biggest guy.
God, there was somebody else. Well, forget. Keep looking. Maybe you'll find who I'm talking about. So, okay. Hey, so Suicide's out. The Spirit Squad. They got blown over with a gust of wind, and they tripped and fell over the rope.
Oh,
They fell over, but they were still holding on to each other, and they landed perfectly.
okay, that's fair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that works. That works perfectly. That's the most logical thing this entire Rumble so
Yeah.
far.
Whoever the biggest competitor in the match is, Curry Man. He picks them up gorilla press style and throws them over the top rope.
There would be Ryback because I feel like Ryback would easily be the one, especially like it's curry, so it's like a food-based thing more than anything else.
Works for me.
There we go.
Anything to get Ryback out of that match as soon as possible. But again, we went through that entire list. Who is our final four? I feel like sorry, go ahead. I'll go ahead and say at least the first two because of what you had said, Toonz. And that has to be Tiger Millionaire and John Wilkes Booth. Those are two of the final four.
But don't forget, we also have to have since you said that you wanted the winner to be
Therapy's not worth it at this point.
Sir. Jesus. I was trying to say that since Host wanted the winner to be the doll that Kenny Omega wrestled, he has to be in that final four as well.
Alex, I think you have the ultimate say on who's the last one in the final four.
I don't even care at this point. Okay. I'm just gonna go with John Morrison, and we're still doing slow mo at this point.
Oh, it's just slow motion this entire time.
It's like, hey, that you want this to be over quickly? No.
Slow.
That is a bold choice, my friend.
So John Morrison, the doll.
Tiger Millionaire, John Wilkes Booth.
I hate this.
I love it.
No amount of therapy will ever make this episode okay.
What are you talking about? This is great.
All right, so so obviously John Wilkes Booth and Tiger King are still doing their thing, and John Morrison and the Blow Up Doll have to team up, I guess.
Yes.
So the doll picks up John Morrison and tosses him. And it's like, oh, you think they're going to be John Morrison's going to be eliminated? No, he does a mid-air Starship Pain and lands on the two.
Oh my gosh!
Because we all know the Starship Pain makes sense, except it kind of doesn't. But he made it his own thing.
True.
And the velocity of that midair, because it's never been done in this sort of sense. The velocity of it, he hits it. All three of the competitors go down, and just the gravity, especially in slow motion, causes all three of them to spring up and get thrown over the top rope, leaving the only competitor left to be the doll.
I was gonna say, okay, you make that your case. I'll tell you what. Everybody can have their own ending. You have your ending. I'm horrified. I'm horrified to ask. Toonz, how are you ending this Royal Rumble with the four last entrants we have?
Okay. Okay. We got John Morrison. Wow. We got John Morrison, the doll, Tiger Millionaire, John Wilkes Booth. They're facing each other very similarly to like a couple years ago with like John Cena, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, like that face off that did
Rey
like
Mysterio, Roman
Yeah.
Reigns.
old guard, new guard, kind of like that. Tiger Millionaire, John Wilkes Booth on the same side. All of a sudden, Tiger Millionaire grabbed John Wilkes Booth, threw him over the top rope. He's betrayed him after he paid him. Oh my God. Cool. He's the only heel left in the match. He gets beat down by both John Morrison and the doll. Then, all of a sudden, John Morrison's getting ready to go up for the Starship Pain. The doll pushes him over the top rope. He's eliminated. Bum, bum, bum. Tiger Millionaire low blows the doll and realizes he can't low blow the doll because the doll doesn't have low blow anatomy. The doll picks up Tiger Millionaire and throws him with all his might over the top rope. And because he's a millionaire, he had paid off the referees to cushion his fall. So we're sitting there for a moment, wondering what's going to happen. But then John Wilkes Booth, the betrayed John Wilkes Booth, grabs Tiger Millionaire and slings him up the ramp, causing his feet to hit the floor. And the winner is the doll. I know, that was so good. I know.
Okay, question.
Mhm.
With this Final Four, I have a question.
Okay.
How many people do you guys see at this point when they realize this is the Final Four? How many people do you envision walking up the stairs and leaving?
Oh, there's only maybe 100 people left in this arena, if that.
They're just like, no, I'm set. But okay, so I'm gonna keep the idea. It's the same Final Four because why not? Why not? The two John Wilkes Booth and Tiger Emperor. I don't remember his name.
Tiger Millionaire.
Tiger Millionaire. Okay, fine. They're teaming up. They have the blow up doll. John Wilkes Booth has him has the doll in a full Nelson. And Tiger Emperor is just doing body shots after body shots. John Morrison runs after her. They move out of the way. He goes over the top rope, but they knock him off, and he clings to the barricade like he did that one year. Yeah. But he notices that there's some curry on the barricade because people have been messy and leaving Curry Man's food lying around. Now, and it burns his hand. He falls to the floor.
I'll say specifically right back after he went to commentary.
Sure, why not? So they keep wrestling for a while, and while they throw the doll lands on the apron, and Tiger Emperor runs at the doll, but the doll it falls just slightly over, so it's still on the apron, but just sort of collapses on its side. Hey, Tiger Emperor goes after it, but too much speed. He falls over the top rope. He's been eliminated. Lastly, the doll gets back in the ring. John Morrison saying, "You have to win. You have to win for everybody." The doll picks up John Wilkes Booth, F5s him over the top rope. John Wilkes Booth has been eliminated.
Yes.
But no, we're not done yet. Because we look and we notice John Morrison landed on the tent that was eliminated. He landed on another competitor. His feet didn't touch the floor.
You know, we should have realized that when the match didn't go back into regular motion and stayed in slow motion the entire time.
So John Morrison runs in, hugs the doll, but then he has an evil smile. He tosses the doll over the top rope. John Morrison wins.
Okay.
All right.
So it's like people are like, oh yeah, John Morrison winning a Royal Rumble. In all honesty, that's a pretty cool thing. But we had to sit through all of that horrible nonsense. He's celebrating in slow motion, but then the crowd and all the commentators realize, wait a minute. None of us are in slow motion. Did we get tricked into slow mo? No, fuck it. We're going home. John Morrison is still celebrating, but the ring and everything's being taken down. The next night on Raw, he's still there. We just left him.
Yeah. He's just standing mid-air like the ring is still there, pointing at the WrestleMania sign.
There's fireworks going off, but there's not that many of them left. The mariachi band's the only people keeping him company. So John Morrison wins the worst Royal Rumble of all time in my mind.
I feel bad for John Morrison. He deserves so much better.
He does, which makes it so much worse.
Would you rather be the best person winning the worst Royal Rumble or the worst person winning the best Royal Rumble?
Oh.
I would much rather be not Jim. I'd much rather be John Morrison than Vince McMahon. All right, so.
Or that year Del Rio won.
That was a.
And that one had 40 people instead of 30. Yeah, that was just battle for it.
He last eliminated Santino, so you think if he tripped and messed up, Santino would have won that Rumble. They would have been like, oh, what do we do here?
Right.
Okay, but would any of us would have been against Santino winning?
Oh no, not at all. I'd have been one of the biggest hype dudes. Like, you wouldn't have been able to tell me shit from there to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but you mind if I go over some other people who were on my list who did not make the cut?
Yes,
Absolutely.
please do.
All right. Von Wagner.
Oh my God, how did we not say Von Wagner?
The Royal Rumble wasn't on Tuesday. He didn't know to show up.
Oh my God, you're right.
All right. From New Japan, Dick Togo.
Oh my God.
Okay.
He's more of a manager, a comedy manager, but it still works.
Yeah.
Funkasaurus with current road display of how he was wrestling in NWA.
Thank you for not including him.
Yeah, you include Velveteen Dream, so
yeah, someone had to take the hit.
Let's see. Knuckles when he was in the crowd during that one show.
Yeah.
Oh God. The one where he was staring down Booker T?
Yep.
Yes, at Stand and Deliver.
Tonga Loa, but he chops people with both of his hands.
Ugh.
One opponent each. And oh God, who else did I have? That sadly, that's pretty much everybody I have.
I got a few honorable mentions for mine of what ones I was considering, but gratefully did not say. I had Jake Paul because I was gonna have a spot with him and Logan Paul that involved Mike Tyson, but instead I kept Mike Tyson for later on. I had The Rock, current day Rock, popping in at some point, but also getting immediately eliminated in his situation. Same thing with NXT talent. I actually was gonna bring in Ethan Page and Lexus King, but again, both of them would have been eliminated immediately. It's not the fact that they're in the match because I like them; it's the fact that they get eliminated immediately. Like,
oh, so you're part of the intellectuals. It is a better nickname than what people have been giving his fan base.
That is very true. 100%.
Yep. I was gonna put in modern day Giovanni Vici because I feel bad for him. I really do.
I'm not sure this is. I feel like that the mercy of putting him in this Royal Rumble specifically is just going to make things worse.
I was gonna say he would have been, but like just how he's been treated in real life, he'd been in this Rumble, but also eliminated immediately.
As long as they do the photo gimmick thing, like as he's eliminated, he points at the camera and smiles. Also, it does the little photo thing.
There you go. And I was also gonna put in today Triple H. Because, I like finding some way to strong arm his way to having another 30-minute main event at WrestleMania.
Considering all I've heard about Triple H's health and the fact that we have Ric Flair in this match, I hope we have medical on standby.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, you know we would.
Look, don't worry. Like Ric Flair was taken care of by Mike Tyson when he came in the match. All right, so that was a mercy put down more than anything else.
Oh, good. Oh, gee. Oh, Jesus Cristo. Honorable mentions?
No, because none of mine are wrestling related.
Might as well go ahead and say them at this point.
Yeah,
we're too far gone.
You already said Jimmy from Degrassi. You've already gone. You've already jumped the shark at this point.
Fine. Episode 1, Deku from My Hero Academia. Ratana Reagan, which is the boss from Mob Psycho 100, the dude that actually had no psychic abilities, but he scams people into believing that he does.
I would actually be okay with that.
Shaggy, not Scooby-Doo Shaggy, but it wasn't me, Shaggy.
Who got eliminated? It wasn't me.
The Broom that Kenny Omega wrestled that one time.
I felt like that's just your tag team partner right there at this point, isn't it?
No. How dare you?
What, you assume all brooms look the same?
Right.
Go on.
Brazilian Hatsune Miku.
Oh my god, we should have had her in the match.
Specifically Brazilian Hatsune Miku. And then Mr. Satan. And then Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball Z. Are you good? Alex, are you good?
I'll say Toonz, we broke him.
I think, to be fair, I feel like if we haven't up to this point, he can't be broken.
And I was doing so good mental health wise.
I stand by it. I feel like if we haven't broken him up to this point, I don't think we'll ever be able to.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble's canceled next week. We're not doing this.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. No.
Is there anything else, or do you guys have more stuff that would make me sad, or are we done for now?
No, I
mean-
don't have anything else, honestly.
I mean, I could have gotten worse with my Royal Rumble, but I think we came through and we really showed up on making this a miserable Royal Rumble for just about everyone watching.
Even when John Morrison wins, I'm still sad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess we're done. Do we have anything else, or can we just end it?
Do you mind if we give outros if people want to see more about us?
I don't want to see more of you, but I guess if I see less of you, somehow that will be too much.
Well, people do want to see more about myself and Toonz or whatnot.
They don't.
For me, you can find me just check out the Postmodern Art Podcast, the podcast dedicated to giving artists who are wowing the world over the platform they deserve. You can find me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, most podcast platforms, or if you want to follow me on social media, Blue Sky is where I'm the most active at. And then Toonz, where can people find you?
Woo! All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on YouTube at the Drug Texting Podcast. That's where I am the most active. It's the podcast where we have some drinks, talk some meds, and help you get through your thirsty third days as only we can. You can also find me on Facebook where I stream most regularly. I do stream on Twitch occasionally, but I am more active on Facebook. Social media wise, I'm not really active on any one particular social media platform that often. I just kind of do as the whims take me.
Adequate job, guys.
You set us up for I guess failure, because that's what we were going for.
I don't consider this to be a failure. I consider this to be a massive success.
I've seen your grades in college, Nathan, that frankly I'm actually impressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So we're ready to be done.
I'm done. I'm tucking myself over the top rope with this one.
All right. So, ladies, gentlemen, magnetons. This is a little bit of a different setup from what we do usually, but honestly, I have legitimately just missed doing content. I've missed recording stuff. I don't like taking long breaks in situations like this, but we know life comes at us. So if you don't love this, I'm sorry, but I promise more stuff is coming. More stuff is coming soon. So, but if you did love this, that's fantastic. I can't imagine we're going to do wrestling content on a regular basis, but who knows? Maybe there are people out there who watch any of our videos, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But let us know what you guys think. I'm not asking you to have 30 names in a Royal Rumble. Just let us know how you're doing, if you like this, or if you're just like, or if you're just like Shibata's phone and you say, oh brother, this guy sucks. But let us know how you feel. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, watch our other videos, support the boys who are here. We'll see you guys next time. This has been Alex.
I've been Post.
Toonz!
And you have been listening to Anime Egotists. Good night, and peace easy.